Okay, it's 9 o'clock. Let's call this meeting to order with a moment of silence. Thank you. First order of business to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda. Support.
Motion made and seconded to approve the agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Approve the minutes of July 18.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the minutes of July 18. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. Approve July bills.
Make a motion to pay the July bills. Support.
Motion made and seconded to approve July bills. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Number 4 is to accept the fourth quarter or the April, May, and annual report of the Sheriff's Office.
Move to accept report. Second.
Motion made and seconded to accept these reports. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 5, approve cancellation of outstanding disbursements fiscal year 14 and 15. There are, a couple of checks that never were cashed.
Yes,
And,
you should, I gave you, or I think I sent that to you.
Yep.
$284 total.
yep. So we need a motion to approve the cancellation of these.
Motion to approve. Support.
Motion made and seconded to approve cancellation of outstanding disbursements of $284.
$284.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We have a request from Coline Welding to approve a fireworks application.
Move to approve the fireworks application. Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve their request. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We have a request from Frisian Farm Cheese for a Class B native wine permit, liquor license type thing. Need a motion to approve that? Unless you have questions?
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve Frisian Farms' request. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next, we have payroll changes. There's a payroll change from the sheriff to hire Benjamin Johnson as a deputy to replace Grizz Adams for $48,000 a year.
Move to approve the payroll change. Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the hiring of Ben Johnson. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 9. Insurance coverage for storm damage from July 13. We had some claims turned in. Troy, are you going to handle part of this? You're just
I
here?
got the estimates from these people, yes.
We have a request, but we have our insurance tells us we're not liable for these because it's the nature of the storm and the,
Act of God.
how do you explain that, I guess? It's like a tree falling on a car, I don't know. But it's not in our plan that we pay this out of insurance. Anything to add to that, Sue?
I sent you information from
Yeah.
our claims adjuster.
Yep.
And that is what he is saying.
I guess the question is, do we want to do anything, even though it's not part of the policy, doesn't mean we can't reimburse some or all of the cost. My biggest issue is with the employees who are parked in the lot who suffer damage and then having out-of-pocket expenses related to that because of our tiles. Which tiles came off? Is it the ones that were put down by screws or
I
nails
can't see any, but I'm guessing it's the ones on the north side with nails.
that we never redid?
We never did the screws.
So that's kind of my thought, that we should at least reimburse deductibles. But I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on that or not. Figure
What the deductibles are?
$10,000 for the total damage.
We'd probably just require them to submit proof of payment of, that they made to the insurance company and then reimburse, but I don't know how many vehicles were there?
3.
So, yeah, that would be probably 50 or 2,000, who knows, but.
One of them was a different, one employee.
They're all employees.
They're all employees, okay.
One was the intern and the attorneys. His is just a window, so that's usually $100 for the deductible.
Yeah.
I'm all right with reimbursing the deductible, whatever they are. I don't know how to make that in a motion, I guess.
Is that something we can do strategically to? Just have to,
That's my question, I
Sets
guess.
a precedent.
yeah, it does. But, I mean, to me, if they were parked out on the street, just in a city lot or what have you, but there was a county private lot, and
Not all of them.
not all of them.
These 3 were out.
These are out here on the north side of the building, the city
The
street.
city damage was in the parking lot with the barricades.
So none of them were in the lot?
The 3 were out here, yeah, on north. Against the curb.
Well, so, I don't know, we're in new territory here, I think, a
Yeah.
little bit.
If it was some of the tiles we had repaired, I can see that. Us maybe not reimbursing then, but I know we strategically decided not to do the entire roof. That carries some of a risk because we knew those tiles were more likely to. So, yeah. I'm okay reimbursing deductibles still. I don't know. How many vehicles?
3.
Move to reimburse deductibles for the 3 vehicles damaged at the storm of July 13.
Second.
Any other discussion on this?
I don't.
Okay, we have a motion being seconded to reimburse deductibles for those cars damaged that we have requests for. All in favor, say aye. Motion carried. We have Dave. We have a request from a secondary employee to take time off without pay. Any comments on that? I guess since a couple meetings ago, we voted to put those employees under the non-union handbook. It's pretty clear in the handbook what the policy is.
And that's correct, and that's what I explained to him, is that the policy says, or the county policy says you have to exhaust all the.
You have to exhaust your leave, so
Which one are we talking about, I'm sorry?
on leave without
Okay,
pay.
leave of absence. Okay.
And he said there was past practice in the past.
Well-
However, it was for a medical reason, for one to take care of one's son. But this is an emergency as well, because he had lost a house due to a fire. So that's the reason that I brought it to the board, is it's something that probably needs to be either decided here or amended in, because it's not even included in the contract that we previously had with them.
Yeah.
Can he take leave without pay after his,
If he uses all
Insurance is
his,
exhausted.
yeah, except, when
if he wants to
he's,
do?
he'd have to pay for his own insurance premium, I assume, for the time that he's
Okay.
gone.
And I think it's somewhat discretionary. I think it's still, I mean,
they don't get it as a matter of right, I mean, it probably has to be approved by you and, I don't know.
The
if that's-
leave, yeah.
The leave, right.
If we're talking multiple weeks, that's gonna put a dent into our getting work done this summer, but
From my perspective, I think we just have to be consistent in the last one. If there was a medical one before, that still should have come before the board and probably, I mean, that one still probably needed to exhaust all their leave, even if it was medical, but from my perspective, it just needs to follow our written procedures that we have on the books.
because we had done that with a previous employee who resigned not too long ago when his mother was ill, but he used up all of his leave first.
If you had leave, yeah, okay. yeah.
But it was prior to that there was one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we need to follow the handbook on it, just, if we open that door, I think all the other department heads are going to deal with issues down the road. So I think that he needs to, if he did it, if he gets leave without pay after he exhausts his leave, if he puts this money aside, he can kind of pay out his own vacation in the future. So it's the same result. I don't know, just procedurally, I think the tangibles of doing it that way is gonna be the same. It's gonna end up being the same, except for the insurance, I guess, is the only.
Right, that's
The only
the
difference.
big difference there, but yeah, it does, I mean, when you have employees gone, it does affect what we get done during the day. Not that we can't work around it, but I don't have anybody to
Yeah.
put in that position to replace
Well, we're
them.
hiring for 3 new positions out there right now. She said that's going to make things a little bit different. If we were fully staffed, it's not going to change my mind on the policy standpoint, but it will make it harder to fill his position for that time that's coming up anyhow, so.
And I understand the employee's concern because they have a little one on the way and you know, they need to get a house done before fall or winter.
Yeah.
But it's not spelled out at all in the former contract, and in the handbook, it's spelled out to use all your leave, so.
Yeah, he might qualify for Family Medical Leave Act and that, when the child is born as well, so.
Do you want a motion from us that we follow the handbook, or
I would
you're good with what you got? I mean,
If that's what, you know, that's fine, then that's what we want to do. He was requesting a decision from you on this, but
I don't know if we need to take action on,
we just
you
follow.
gotta follow the handbook,
That's
okay?
fine.
Number 11. You have Jim Smith,
Don Smith.
Don Smith, yeah.
He retired, he gave us 2 weeks in last part of June. I think what he's asking about is, according to the contract, it says upon resignation or termination, oh, excuse me, wrong paragraph. Employees with accumulated unused vacation at this time, this agreement becomes effective shall retain accumulated vacation. And I believe that's what he's talking about, not just what he had left for this year, but their idea is that they go a year without getting any vacation, so they have that accumulated. Now, it's kind of I'm not sure, I mean, we've talked to Heartland, I believe, on it, and we haven't really heard anything back on it, but it would be, what is it, like 10 months
September to July.
till July?
So he's got basically 9 months he worked where he won't get credit for any vacation. That's
No, he's,
for payout
right.
since he's retired.
That's what he's asking for.
That's what he's asking for, and again, the handbook, the courthouse spells it out, I think, right? You have to complete the year.
Been there for
In the contract, it
34
says
years.
pro rata vacation will be paid. In the handbook, it does not.
Yeah.
In the handbook, it does not. So what it's saying, so this being that the contract was null and void, or no longer, we had no contract.
1st of July.
1st of July, that his resignation date or retirement date was the 8th of July. That would fall back under the handbook. that's kind of, it's when they turned it in, and I wasn't really sure which way that we needed to go with that. But he was under the impression that in the past, they had done it that way. Again, it goes back to that term, past practices.
So in the handbook, it's based on his anniversary year, which is when?
Whenever your anniversary.
What's his then?
September.
September.
I don't know
September
the
something.
actual day, September
Yeah.
something. Page 29.
Yeah.
So then where does it accumulate according to the,
Contract,
yeah,
Page 9.
Sure.
well, it says anniversary employment year. I mean, what is it? Yeah. So when do you get your vacation under the handbook?
On your anniversary date.
Well, so that's the same for both of them then, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
But the only difference is, okay,
The contract says they will receive pro rata
okay.
vacation pay.
Yeah.
The handbook does not say that.
Question is, do you turn in his resignation, they still had a contract, but when he quit, they didn't have a contract? Then again,
There it is.
Okay.
So that's why it was brought here is to, because it's one of those, because of this unique situation that we're in now. And I don't know if the employee knew that there wouldn't be another contract for next year. Because according to him, if he knew, he would have waited till September.
yeah.
How many hours would that be?
10 months would be,
About three weeks,
3.
because he's a longtime employee.
How long he's been
34
there.
years, I believe, 33,
Yeah.
34. I think he's always been here, he's been very dependable. It kind of caught him by surprise, so. With the way it was, there's not really I didn't see it that there was that much of a clear cut as to which way we would go with this.
I don't know.
I don't know. Take his resignation date. For just the previous one, applied the present handbook. So if we take July 8th, we have to apply that, we have to be consistent.
Okay.
So
I will tell him.
I don't like to do that to him, but, I mean, he's been a good,
He's been a very good
been a
employee,
good employee. And
and I think he was under, not knowing that the union. would be-
understandably so. Understandably so.
And so I can see where he's upset because according to the contract, you would have had this. But being that it didn't get done and they didn't, you stay with the same union, we're in this kind
Yeah.
of flood state of limbo here.
Can we change his resignation date to June 30th?
Did a written resignation with July 8th on it.
I know, but if they were to redo it, then it'd be a June 30 date, and then he get the 3 weeks past that, and I don't know, I don't know if
He
that'd be
worked
more
past
fair.
June 30, didn't he?
Yeah, he was here for a couple days in July. He had taken some time off, but yeah, he was here. In fact, he was mowing on the last day that he was here, so.
He was here, but if you took it as a June 30 date, then technically he gets 3 weeks or whatever past that, and I don't know. If that doesn't work, it doesn't work, but. But short of that, I don't know what else we can do.
Unless he wants to come back and work till September. But it's, you know, I don't, that's the thing, he's, you know, no one knew because everything, because of the or the changes, no one knew what it was gonna be, so I can understand where he would be upset. I mean, because, and I talked to him for a while, and he said, if I'd have known, I wouldn't have done it, I would have stayed until September, his anniversary date.
How soon are you gonna have new people? Where's that process at?
Well, we've got about 30-some applications. I'm going through them as soon as I get done here. That's what I'm gonna do the rest of the day and tomorrow and that. Through the internal, Brad Vanderlinden is now blading out of the new Sharon shop. Kurt Corbin is taking Brad's old territory, and now I have Brad and Sean and Scott Gillen taking care of Kirk's old territory in Barton City. So that's how we're covering it right now. You know,
Does Don have enough vacation that would cover him from July 8 till now?
I would guess so.
So I don't have a problem with him rejecting that resignation if he wants us to, and then have him take vacation till now and put him back on till September.
I will ask him that, and.
I mean, that's just, I'm speaking for me, but I don't know.
I mean, that would actually, I mean, he can unretire, I guess he does. It's not against any code or anything for him to unretire, because it was you know, how would I have been able to explain it to him one way or the other without knowing for sure and he had returned it?
You didn't know that?
So
He'll have to check with IPERS.
I'll have to check with IPERS and all that other stuff, but I will visit with him because I can use him. He could do Barton City.
Another option is, could we extend his vacation, or extend his resignation date until he would run out his vacation, and then he would just be done?
Whatever would be said in the Iowa code and according to IPERS, that's the only two things I'm worried about is how that all works with all that, because it's an accounting nightmare for the auditor's office. And it is, you know, you gotta get all these different agencies involved, like IPERS and whatever else, and that's the only thing I worry about. I don't want to be not fair to him because he's been a good employee. Even if they weren't as good, I mean, you still have to treat them all the same. But he really didn't know, and no one knew at the time what the outcome was going to be of this. So I will talk to him. Maybe what I'll do is request that this be tabled for now, and I will go visit with him. I know we have some people looking at it, if there's other options, see if we can come up with something that is acceptable and work, and still be within the code and not affect the integrity of the county policy or anything else, because I don't want to go outside the county policy, because you do it for one, you got to do it for everybody. And we can't, as an agency, we can't afford to do that. But it was one of those that there's really no clear-cut answer because of the fact that there were so many variables at the time of decision. If that's okay with you, gentlemen.
Yeah, I know that some of the sheriffs, when the deputies retire, they're technically retired as of this date, but they're on vacation until this date, so I don't know.
And
If that
whatever's
would work.
the proper, correct way that fits in the manual and doesn't violate anything, that's the only thing I'm looking at is to do that. And if it's not, and it has to go this way, then so be it, that's the way it has to go.
I think we can work out some kind of a solution.
Okay.
Let him pick.
Well, update members' compensation commission. You got those, you got something for that, Mark, or?
Yeah, I had a couple, two names that asked to be added to the list. One's Chuck Webb. The other one is Tim Van Manen. And, did you have Steve?
Yeah, Mr. Wonders,
Steve
Steve
mentioned
Wonders.
to me to
did
be
put his
added
name
to
on
that list.
Where they,
Under which category?
which category are you putting these in? I mean, we got
Yeah,
4 categories, so you're gonna have to, you got so many in each category.
there's no limit to what's in each category, it's just
Yeah.
making sure.
You have to have
You want a
28
balance.
total, but
Total,
you
yeah.
want some balance.
Yeah, you do.
You gotta balance.
Well, do they pick each category, or do they pick, so I think, don't they pick from each category when they do compensation? So, okay. So there's, it just, if you have a bunch in one category, it just makes it less likely that they'll get picked.
Right.
Yeah. Can you pass me that list, please?
I think that all go under the farm owner.
The whole one under there.
What about Chuck?
Okay, we'll probably go under. He lives in the county too, doesn't he? Chuck.
Yeah.
Probably all three under here.
When they meet, who picks those names? I mean, do they, who decides who?
Goes to the sheriff's office, I don't know if they draw or
Okay.
how they.
He lives in the county too, I
Actually,
guess.
I've been in on that.
He could.
Because that's the rest of it. So, yeah. What about? Steve could be in there, couldn't he?
I don't know, what's the farm manager category?
Someone that would be a business that manages.
The different, the farm owner though, I mean, they're different categories.
I would say that'd be a business person that would be able to manage a farm.
So Steve could go here.
What do you mean like that?
I'm just thinking of a business, I don't know who's in that category, business people that you could go to kind of take care of that. I don't know who's all in that list.
Who's in that? Who's in that
Mostly
list?
it's bankers.
Yeah.
Bankers, that's-
It's, I mean, the category is auctioneer, banker, farm manager.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the farm manager role is.
My opinion, or what I think it is if a business, like, I know there's one in Toma, that you go to
Okay.
him and he takes care of your leases or takes care of
Okay.
different aspects of your farm for you, so you don't have to do that. Banks do that too.
Well, they could had to put them all three under the farm owner operator category.
If Tim and Chuck qualify, does Chuck farm? No hogs or anything?
He lives in the country, does that qualify you as a farmer?
Yeah, that's why I don't know. I mean, they have a city owner in there, but they don't have.
They work for farm services.
How many do you need on there?
There's 7 here that we know of, so I definitely need one for there. There's a question mark on this one, and there's one missing there, so I thought we could fill those 3, but, for sure there's not a realtor among them, but I thought what Tim does with farm services, that he could maybe be, he owns a business that supports farmers, so I thought that would kind of fall under that. And Chuck works for farm services. Either one of those could maybe fit. But we need one for that category anyway, so. I think we could put Steve here, for sure.
Yeah. Then we can check what we can do with the other two. See if we can.
Is there anything laid out as far as like criteria, or is this just like our best guess?
I'd want to go back to look at the code on that, I don't know.
Okay, we can put Steve on there and then look at the code to see what this means for a minute there.
Yeah.
All right, I'll make a motion that we put Steve Wonders on under farm owner / operator, and then we'll come back and visit that again with these other people.
Yeah. Support.
Motion made and seconded to put Steve Wonders as a farmer, owner, operator on the compensation commission. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Anything else? Public comments? You folks want to speak? Is that what I understand, Eldon? Someone from your group wants to speak?
Yeah.
Okay, you're up.
You pulled notes here.
That's a stretch.
Well, I appreciate being able to come in this morning and share with you what we are asking for. I'm representing a marathon. It's Governor Branstad has signed a proclamation on the 26th of April that the counties in Iowa could read the scripture audibly from Genesis to Revelation on the county courthouse properties throughout the whole state. And it's called the 99 County Bible Reading Marathon. And 50 states did this, 50 counties did this over the 4th of July weekend. And so we have been given an extension that the other counties can participate in a week in September. And it will start the 8th of September to the 11th. And so we have obtained insurance to cover this if there's a question on insurance. And we would like your permission to do this. We're not going to go ahead until we have permission. And so we're asking if we can do this. We've looked into some other issues of where to set up. We've talked about a pop-up tent, I believe, and then we need electricity. These are all things that we are asking and the permission to use. So.
Okay.
We'll have to put it on the agenda to make it an official vote.
So are you just there during normal business hours?
It would begin at 8 o'clock on Thursday morning on the 8th. That would be normal business hours on Thursday and Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday would be no business hours. But we're to go all night long. It's from, yeah,
Is that the way it's done in the other counties?
pardon me.
Is that the way it's done in the other counties?
Yes. So we'll need lighting for the overnight.
And where is it done? Where's the reading occur?
On courthouse properties.
Like in the lobby or outside?
Outside.
You would be outside somewhere, right?
Right, outside somewhere,
Like
not
right
in the
outside?
courthouse at all.
Oh,
No.
Where you have room. You have room right over here outside the, yeah.
Yeah,
And I guess we're in the, what I understand from our, as far as this, I don't know if we have to give you approval or not. That's the question. I think you can assemble without approval, but there was some thing coming from Carlton Solomon's talking about if we pass a resolution, does that set us up for some outside people getting upset about it, other groups? I don't know. I didn't get that also. You saw that letter down there, and it's laying down by the fax machine. And,
Yeah, as far as I know, it's public property or outside. I don't know what
Yeah.
special permissions you would need from us. So anybody's welcome to assemble, exercise their right of free speech.
What about electricity?
I don't know if we have any access to electricity outside. I don't think we just have that capability, do we? I don't know,
we might be able to.
because we don't do events or plan events. and so-
Right, just run court and out of the courthouse, out there for lighting for, at night.
Yeah, no. Maybe we talk to Troy to see what we have.
We'll look into that, but we're gonna have this on the agenda next meeting or first September? Next meeting?
Next meeting.
Next meeting.
So,
We'll have some answers. We'll
okay.
see which way we're gonna, to me, I'll see which way this is gonna go, but you have a right of assembly. It's a matter of, I think I don't know if some counties issued a proclamation backing this or not. That's what I'm gonna check on this next week, if that was fact or not the fact, or how this shakes out. I don't think it's a problem.
So, okay.
Yeah, the other counties have already done it, 50 other counties.
Right.
Is it the same case? They provided the electricity and the tent?
Yes, some of them did, yeah. I believe Keokuk County's done it, Wapello County's done it, so. And,
Okay.
But I don't even know if you need to be on, from my standpoint, that you need to be on the next agenda. I mean, if you need to, you're welcome to assemble as you wish.
So, but I don't, was it mandated by the state to do it that way? From the governor's office? So we had to get permission.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
without that, yeah, we need to follow the proper steps to, that we've got this all in line, so.
And we don't have any special assembly permits or any requirements.
We don't have
like
any
that.
requirements for it.
So,
I'll check with some of them others, see what they did. We'll find out, but we'll.
okay.
Yeah.
But
But you don't.
I don't see a problem.
We don't require a permit for that. And
No.
as far as we don't have the authority to grant rights. I mean, those come from the Constitution.
So, okay. Like that, so basically, in other words, we can go proceed as.
Proceed, I would think
Just the
so.
same as just sitting here talking, we didn't have to.
We'll get you there.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
okay, all right.
As far as I know right now,
As far as you
unless
know right
something really
now,
big
so.
comes up, but I don't foresee that.
Okay, so,
All right?
all right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Anybody else?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. I don't know what we're gonna do with those.